Well, it's been a while, but here we are today, back in the studio, and raring to go with another great interview. And it's always amazing me the stories that we're having. We spoke to somebody on the phone this morning, just while I was waiting here, and the daughter of one of our projects, Alan Goodwin, who's very, very, very entertaining and interesting man, but getting quite old now and having to rest up a bit. But we'll be doing some more with him. And today, when I went to listen and talk to this guy, we spent along together. We come from similar areas. He's in Greystone, I was in Cardiff, but just a different time. And he has a very interesting life, because from a young age, now you know Tony Blair, he ran away from the circus to become an accountant, which is not the way you do it. You run away from being an accountant and get a job in the circus. Well, that's what our guest, KC, that stands for King Cobra, which was his CB handle years ago. Okay, so that's a bit background with him. And he's telling us all about his life in the circus. And it's very, very interesting. There's little snippets of stuff in it you won't find out anywhere. There's one particular historical reference, keep your eye open for it, about Sam the chimpanzee. It's quite interesting. I won't tell you what it is, but it's quite interesting. And it's a bit of those sort of, groundbreaking things that we're getting so much of these days. So that's the main interview today that we're going to do. But we have found some footage which is really, really groundbreaking again. In one of the schemes, we have what they call a men's shed. I don't know whether that's still legal. I don't like it. But anyway, in the men's shed, there's a pool table. And we have featured the pool game before with somebody interfering with the recording, but that's another story. This time, there is a lady having her first crack at pool. Very interesting. Breaking all the boundaries. First time she's ever done anything, and first time, of course, in a men's shed, so how about that? Couple of snippets as well. Lucy, remember Lucy, our Polish star? Well, we've met her daughter, and we've spoken to her daughter, going to meet her in February. That's to come. And we've got her saying Merry Christmas. But you'll have to take my word for it, because I don't speak Polish. If you do, phone me up if it's wrong. And we've also got another comment about Christmas from another country in the world. We're carrying those with us. We didn't use them over Christmas, so we're going to use them now. So that's today, and you'll enjoy it, I know. There we go. We're running. Technology is great when it's working, right? And when it's not, it's a waste of time, okay? So, I'm here with Casey, okay? And we started out sort of in a similar area, Canton, Grangetown, at a similar time, but as you can see, it's not younger than I am. But when we parted without even meeting, I must admit, I moved on to a more sedate lifestyle, very reserved and that sort of thing. Casey has a much more exciting existence. Now then, take it up, Casey, where you like, from however old it was that you've got. Where did you go to school, by the way?
I went to Cord Road first.
Yeah.
Juniors. Ninian Park.
Yeah.
And then on to Fitzallen. So.
Yes. Well, I went to school, and then we moved to Birchgrove, and then, strangely enough, I got a place in Canton High School. So
wow.
I went and I came back, you know. Okay, so what did you do to start off in your life, work-wise?
I guess circus first.
Yeah?
Yeah, my dad died, and I'd had enough of looking after my sister and my nephew.
Oh, right. And how long did you do that for?
I was doing it for years on and off.
Yeah?
Billy Smart's probably come second. And when I worked for Billy Smart's,
yeah,
Chipperfields come poach me again.
Ah.
Because I had more than one.
Yes. Yes. So when you started off, what what did you do? Because we have a prime minister that used to work in the circus and run away to be the counter, didn't we? But you was the other way round. You went to work in the circus.
Yeah.
So what did you do to start off with?
First of all, I used to go back and forth with my uncle over years, and I got to know the family, and we'd help put the big top up and stuff, you know. So when my dad died, it was quite simple.
Oh,
He
just
turned up
went
and
into it.
I spoke to old man Chipperfield, and he said, "Yeah, no problem." He said, "You probably know more about this than most of the ones
You're
who work
probably the
there."
only one, and you had to fold the tent up to get it in the bag.
In them days, when we put the big top up,
Yeah.
you'd use an elephant with pulleys to put the queen poles up.
Oh,
That's
right.
the big one.
Yes.
So I started off doing that, and then when I went to work for them properly, I became an elephant groom.
Oh, right.
And you use a wire brush. Now they use power washers.
yes.
Yeah, we didn't have that. So after a while, I got my ribs broke by an elephant. Hence the move from elephants to lions and tigers.
Oh. Out of the frying pan
Yeah,
into the fire, really.
But I was told it was purely temporary.
Oh,
This job as Beastmaster, which
right.
look after all the lions, tigers, leopards, polar bears.
Yeah.
Okay, only because I can't breathe properly, 4 broken ribs.
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and time goes on. It's like, when are you going to find somebody to...
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I'm looking. If I knew how hard he was looking, I'd have left."
Yes.
Because I ended up doing it all. I started doing the Beastmaster first, then the butcher walked off.
Oh, right.
So then I ended up doing the butcher's job.
Yes. Now, what does that involve? That involve...
They send meat from Chipping Norton, which is the home base,
Yeah.
and it's pigs normally, and they're months old and they're swollen.
Oh, right.
But lions prefer them like that. So then you've got to butcher them to feed all the animals, except for the polar bears.
Oh, right.
So you don't get them meat and
But
blood.
they eat fish, do they?
It's when you have a pig that's heavily pregnant, you feed a sour weaner meal, so it gives it extra.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they feed the polar bears.
Oh, right.
So so I ended up doing that, and then the guy who was the MC was actually related to the Chipperfields, but he got called home for something, and of course I ended up with a frill, a dicky bow, and ladies and gentlemen. So I had 3 jobs, 3 wages.
Yes,
that was cool.
Really good. Did you live on caravan?
Yeah, I had my own bunk. I had lion and tiger cubs in my bunk.
Oh, very cool.
So that was cool. Yeah. The worst part was steel toe caps, no problem. When they get a certain age, they chew through them like they're toffee.
Oh, right.
Really. So, but they were slip-ups, they were hiccups.
Yeah.
Because when you travel, the last thing you want is a pregnant female lion or tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Because they get grumpy and grouchy and they could attack.
Yeah.
So.
And so you were in charge of them until they went into the ring. Yeah. Whatever happened, the grooming and all that. And I assume that with my thoughts about lions and tigers, they got big teeth. Did you have to clean their teeth? Was that part of it? No? I don't know, it just strikes me as being a very interesting... See, I told you my life was mundane. Yours was took on this interesting... So it was elephants, lions and tigers. Yeah. Anything else there?
Yeah, we had crocodiles there as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah. Llamas, camels, horses, snakes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Miss Sally, she started off with poodles, and then she added a snake.
Oh, right.
And then one season she had a seal.
Oh, cool.
So it was always changing. But when she was taken ill and she had the snake, nobody wanted to touch it.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was a 12-foot python, Burmese.
Yeah.
I mean, they can bite if they want to.
Yeah.
But all of them are like, no, we ain't feeding it. We ain't looking after it. Oh. So I did. But that was an experience because it was a snake I didn't know.
Oh, right. Well, you had a bit of experience with snakes in your life.
Oh,
didn't you?
yeah. From knee-high to a grasshopper.
Yeah.
You know, siblings going, getting apples or picking blackberries or looking for snakes.
You were looking at snakes. Yeah.
So
With those big snakes, do they go through a change in mood when they're shedding their skin? Is there anything of that nature that you've got to be careful of? Do they get a bit
all
snappy?
snakes will and can bite.
Yeah.
Whether they're corn snakes like I keep.
Yeah.
They can break the skin, a corn snake, but their teeth are not big. They're more jagged and small. Yeah. They're serrated. So pythons actually got fangs. You know, I've been bitten personally by a carpet python, Australian. When I had her, she was about 5 foot, and when she bit me, she was about 11 foot.
Ooh, yeah.
But as soon as the fang went in, she was withdrawing. She knew it was me.
Yeah, right.
But it was my own fault handling food and not washing before I handled her.
Yeah.
So I understood that. Yeah. But she never bit me again. It was
And
just...
what was your involvement in that? Was that part of your circus or part of your,
No, it was
personal
my own
life?
Yeah, that was my own snake.
Yeah. See, I told you, didn't I say? I became a window dresser, and he's got a 20-foot python that's biting people. Him. Yes. So that was... How long were you with the circuses altogether? When did you...
Oh, years on and off. You do season with them, or half a season, because you had another job as well.
And they park up somewhere then?
They go back to winter quarters, which was Chipping Norton.
And they keep all the animals there?
Yeah.
And what about this sort of... I mean, we're all obsessed these days with health and safety. What about the things of health and safety in those days? Going back now, there was none, was there? we can tell about many. You can see that, can you? Well, many, hand over the eyes.
Yeah, health and safety, I think.
You made it up as you went along, did you?
Kind of. We sort of... There were codes on the circus, as I said. You know, when you work with the elephants, we had 3 Indian elephants. The smallest one was the most dangerous.
Oh, right.
And you were warned. You don't go near her on your own.
Oh, right.
You always have 2 of you or 3 of you. And you don't take your eye off her, because she'll kill you.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my ribs broke.
Oh, right. I know, I can hear it. Excuse me, Chris, you'll have to cut this bit out. Ooh.
This is an edit job.
Yeah, no, probably not. I probably could do it if it's interesting.
There's no one on?
No, it's not. It's not. It's just someone after money.
Oh, God. It's not me.
No, it's not you, for sure yours. So, where we were there about the little elephant, and was that a little elephant because of her age, or was she little anyway? Well, I mean, elephants generally are a bit...
Indian elephants are normally the smallest. You get African next to an Indian, and you're talking huge.
Oh, right.
Okay? African is massive, big ears. Indian are smaller with small ears. Mary was quite big for an Indian elephant, but she'd been well looked after. Leela was more of a baby, bit smaller. Then you had Sally. Now, she was worked by a mahout in India, and ill-treated.
Oh, right.
So they used to beat her trunk, or he did. So she had a habit of rocking back and forth. And we found out as soon as we worked there that she could be dangerous. Yeah. The only people she never attacked were the bosses, Richard and Dick. Yeah. But you were always game. Yes. If you went in there and you tried to do it on your own, she'd have you.
So what defence did you have against that, apart from a pair of quick legs? Because I suppose you had to be able to outrun her or get out of the way or something.
Sally was crafty. She knew if you were watching her.
Oh, right.
She knew. As soon as you took your eyes off her, she had a chance.
Oh, right.
Well, Alex went in there, she got Alex, and she's trying to put these little tusks in his body.
Oh, yeah.
And I went in to stop her. I had a brush in my hand, and she put me straight to the wall in, 4 broken ribs. Oh, right. So, 2 ambulances.
Yeah, well, they are very, very strong. They are strong, aren't they? Very, very strong.
Believe it, there's thousands upon thousands of muscles in that trunk. Regardless of the fact that over the years where she'd been beaten, she had less use of it. She could still use it.
Give you a whack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 ambulance, Alex in the first one, me in the second one.
So.
Yeah.
What about the lions? Any of them get you?
No, but funny about the trainer before me, they had him.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
One in particular. The feeding chutes, but a couple of them, the plates were missing, so when you fed them, it was just open. Well, he was showing off in front of women, and he'd been warned several times, over several years actually. Well, actually over 2 years. You're getting too close, Sheba will have you. He's like, yeah. Women involved.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, you're stupid when there's women.
Yeah.
So we got a bit close, and
That was it.
that was, yeah.
So what act did they used to do with the alligators? I mean, what was all
It was
crocodiles,
more, I call it trick photography.
Oh.
Right, so you take in 4 or 5, however many you ask for, you take in these long boxes. Then you take them out and you put them in a certain place around the ring.
Right.
But what they don't show you is the spotlights. The spotlights are on their eyes.
Oh, right.
So what do they do when they're in the sun? They bask.
Yes. So that's what.
That's what they were doing, mouth open, because of light.
Alligator in a circus will never be the same for you again. I'm sorry we're doing this expose, but what can we do? It sounds like we're getting it from the horse's mouth, but we're getting it from the lion, the elephant's trunk, and all of those.
How about the rear of an elephant?
How about it?
You can see it on YouTube. An elephant had so much abuse from this person looking after her that she sat on his head.
Oh.
And his head went up a bum.
Oh, no.
And that's on video. That's
Is
on
it?
film.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
You want to get that and have a look at that?
So
we have not got coverage of that, I'm afraid. He wasn't there to take the pictures. What can you say?
no, it was before my time.
So you had all the animals in Chipperfield. We'll talk about Chipperfield. They're still going, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, but no animals.
Oh, I see.
So a lot of circuses, like Smarts and stuff, they either sold up or they rented their big tops out to people who were going to do acrobatics and, entertain people.
Yeah.
Personally, I think when you took the animals out, you lost it.
Well, it changed it completely, didn't it? That's what it was. What it was part of it was that. And I know what we probably get people looking at saying, well, cruelty to animals, blah, 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 blah. But there wasn't a lot of that, I don't in this country.
Towards the end, when I decided I'd had enough, you've seen behind the scenes, the way they train. So I went from being a circus employee to anti-circus.
Oh, right.
Because the people outside who were saying, you shouldn't be doing this, but made sense.
Yeah.
The old saying, people forget, you can take the animal out the wild,
but you
can't take the wild out the animal.
That's right, yeah.
So I've gone from, it's great to see them in cages and performing, but you know what?
It's better to see
Leave them home.
Yeah, that's right.
Leave them in their own country.
Did you have any monkeys or chimpanzees or any of those?
Yeah, we had Charlie the chimp, which Mary Chipperfield got done for cruelty to.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
A little bit of tidbit there. It was in all the papers.
Yeah.
Mary Chipperfield.
So yeah, there was quite a few animals there, wasn't there, that you had to deal with. And strangely enough, after that, you went into a pet shop business, didn't you?
Yeah. So
that was a bit of a come up or come down, wasn't it?
Exotic pets. It was less work, but more work. It was more mental than physical.
Oh, right.
The biggest part was poisonous snake license.
Oh, right. So is anybody allowed now to keep poisonous snakes in this country?
If they have the required licenses.
And that would involve the surroundings there, where they keep
everything.
And yeah.
You have to be passed by the government or the ministry before you can actually take these in.
And what about the non-poisonous?
Even crocodiles, things like, gharials, you still have to be passed by law.
Yeah, because America, they're
they're lenient. They are in America.
Sorry, I mean they got the swamps now becoming breeding places for the great big constrictors and the bull.
Yeah. They're infested there with Burmese pythons, reticulated pythons and crosses. And they're eating the natural...
Yes, yeah. They're altering the balance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same with fish. You can buy fish this big.
Yeah.
Beautiful to look at. The name should give it away. Snakehead.
Oh, right.
So, people in America were buying them because they look pretty, and when they got bigger, they got really big and they got nasty, and you know. I worked for a guy who fished for whales, right? And he had his own aquarium business at the bottom of Leckwith Hill, where Lincoln's used to be. He had 2 snakeheads in there that were over 2 feet long. A guy bought them. We put 6 bags in each other and then put the water in. He bit straight through them. That's what they're like. No. In America, if you fish and you catch one of these snakeheads, you're not allowed by law to put it back.
Oh, right.
Because it's devastating.
Yeah, the local population. Yeah.
It's eating and killing everything. It's the same over here. The oh God, what's it called? It's about this big. Crayfish.
Oh, yeah.
American crayfish are killing all our wildlife.
Oh, right.
So if you catch them now in this country, you cannot release them.
Back into wild.
Apparently they taste lovely, but I don't like fish.
No. Because we have got a problem with the squirrels, the red and the grey, haven't we?
Well, yeah.
They come along and the one lot sort of took over. But
the Americans to blame for that again. When the Americans came over, they brought the squirrel with them because they were all brought up on farms, squirrel pie.
Yeah, that's right.
So then they started escaping and either mating or killing our normal reds.
Yes, sir. And I'm thinking of another. I spent some time living on a canal, and one of the problems there is mink. When they've escaped from a farm or something.
So, past experience with mink, going back when I lived in Riverview, not far from the riding school, they had a mink. Their little daughter Emma used to play with my daughter, so I knew them anyway through horses. So Emma said to me about my pets are dying and they didn't know what it was first of all, and then I spotted the mink. I actually eradicated the mink for her. She was so grateful.
Yeah.
I mean, this devastated everything this little girl had grown up with. Yeah. All her pets. Look, doves.
Yeah, they are viciously. In fact, what we noticed was that we already had loads of squirrels in the trees on the canal. Loads of them running back and forth, pop across the roof of the boat and all that business. When the couple of mink got around, the squirrels they packed up and went to live somewhere else. Yeah.
They're like, see you next time, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny actually, because talking about wildlife, brown rats.
Oh yeah.
She put this thing in the garden, a planter, and this female rat has got a nest under there.
Oh right.
Not only has she taken over her garden, she's monopolised my garden as well.
Oh right.
Everything that comes to my garden, she will chase away, whether it got 4 legs or wings. She chases seagulls away. Oh. And it's funny watching her chase a squirrel.
Oh yeah.
If I had one of those motion cameras they use in wildlife, I'd put it out to you because it had me in stitches yesterday. Chasing
because that's another of your interests in the animal kingdom. Is dotted about the place. Rats.
Yeah.
And how did you come across them? I mean, and people are going to immediately think, and it's not true because I got a fabulous quote from him. He has never been a breeder to feed them.
No,
never bred to feed.
No.
That's just put that in. But you how many have you got?
6.
6.
6 rats, 14 snakes.
14 snakes.
Yeah.
That's right. And in the wild, who would be the most dangerous to the other? The rats or the snakes?
In the wild?
Oh, so in the wild. If there's a snake out in the wild and there's rats out in the wild.
I got 2 king snakes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they'll eat snakes and they'll eat rats.
Oh, right.
But corn snakes are not big enough to really eat rats.
Yeah.
So that's why it's either small or medium or large mice.
Oh, right.
The biggest thing they could take is probably a rat pup.
Oh, right.
But like I said, I don't breed the
No,
feed.
no, that's it.
I never did, never have.
Well, an idea just comes to my mind with all of this, that it would be good if we could just get, but if we could have an idea, think about getting some footage that was introduce people to handleable snakes that you've got and to something to do with rats, which are both, in all fairness, a bit,
Yeah,
for some
everybody's a
people.
bit,
I mean, you showed me the difference when I was here before. The smooth and the scales.
Yeah.
And it is totally a difference.
I always say it's like a brick wall and a stockinged leg.
That's it.
And that's the difference,
That's it.
because your normal snake is rough,
Yes.
and yet your scaleless is really smooth.
That's
and
right.
it's more pleasant to touch than the other one, but they
Well, I think that would be good if we could get a particular sort of action movie of their presence, bit of close up and do it, and you could explain, because you've got a lot of knowledge about these things, haven't you? These snakes you've acquired over the years.
I've forgotten more than I can remember.
That's welcome to that club. We're all in that condition. Well, this has been Casey, and I have thoroughly enjoyed talking to him this afternoon. Some of it I've heard before when we've been chatting. Some of it is absolutely fresh. It's an insight to a time that has gone. No, it's no longer gone. You heard him say, and they got circuses now without animals. Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
That's really, that's like having motivation with no cars. It's a bit, it's a bit peculiar to the mind. So we'll meet Casey again. It's been great to talk to him, and we'll get something down on that so that we can tag on the end of this, say a little video sometime of getting you used to these animals. And I know that Casey's got such a lot of information in there that it would be good to have it on a bit of video so that when he forgets it, as we all will, we can play the video and we can remind him what it was like in the old days. Casey, thank you very, very much. It's been a great pleasure.
Enjoyed it.
We got some short snippets now after that interview, which I found hilarious, really, really good. And this is the man. There's a short video of him. What it is, he has himself still with animals, and strangely enough, snakes and rats. Although he does never breed to feed. Remember that, it's very important. But there's have a look at this. This is a smooth snake, and it's just active, which is really, really cool. Then after that, we've got a little shot of somebody who's breaking into the men's world of pool down in one of the schemes. Oh, interesting. And then we've got a couple of Merry Christmases that we've brought with us, one in Polish, take my word for it, and one about what happened Christmas time in a foreign country. So you'll enjoy them.
No, yeah, but not the black. Right. You want to put a red one in or a yellow one in?
Put the red one in, all right?
Yeah. Oh! Yellow. So now...
Oh, amazing!
Yeah. So now, you want to put the rest of the yellows down. And I've got to put the red ones down.
Okey-doke.
So come round.
When do we start? Now?
Behind... This is the cue ball. Behind that one.
Yeah.
And you've got to put the yellow ones down without hitting the red. So
I've got to go behind this one first, yeah?
yeah. Oh,
One
nearly,
clap now, love.
nearly. Whee! So that should be. Let's see, you hit the yellow one now. That's my turn to go. But you put the yellow.
Now, this is Lucy, very good
me.
friend of mine. Lucy,
that's-
say Happy Christmas in Polish. First,
Wszystkiego
Stego.
najlepszego.
Najlepszego.
You see, she's saying the same. Wszystkiego najlepszego
Yeah.
na święta Bożego Narodzenia. Czyli
And
for
that's
the king.
Merry Christmas. Now we're here today in Newtown Court, and of course it's Christmas.
Yes.
And this lady sitting next door to me, who I'm getting to know quite well, she's interested in podcasting, and she's going to tell us what Christmas was like in Zimbabwe.
Yes, or Rhodesia when I was growing up then.
Right. So, carry on, not where you left off, go to it.
No, my grandfather, we lived in a very big bungalow in the township, and he had his own cottage garden, so he grew tomatoes, cabbages, every vegetable you could think, and he raised chickens and pigs.
So what was your Christmas dinner?
A mix of everything, sweet potato,
Oh,
we'd have
right,
what
yeah,
we call
yeah.
sadza,
What Santa?
cornmeal.
Oh, right.
Yeah, corn flour.
Yeah.
But it would be like in a dough.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you'd have it with all the different vegetables, and if you were good, you'd have a bit of chicken.
All right.
We'd also go once a month for fish and chips,
Oh, yeah.
because he was a driver for Esso, I think it was, Esso or Shell. So he'd be gone for 2 days, and we'd go to Cape Town.
Yeah.
And we'd get fish and chips there, and we'd all be fighting. All the kids couldn't wait because he'd take one each different month, and there were like 12 kids because we had everybody's kids there. Oh, it was wonderful.
Did you at Christmas time at this? Did you give presents to one another on the?
We couldn't afford that in those days. We were just happy with the food and the family. And my grandmother Nancy, Gogo Nancy, she used to bake magnificent bakers. We always had cake and bread, and we didn't go hungry.
No, I can tell. So, this was an interesting conversation that we had about another part of the world. Look at this face and keep it in your mind, because see, eventually I'm going to get her to do podcasts, whether she likes it or not. Thank you very much. Well, once again, that's the end of it. Another podcast going up. It'll be up shortly, day or two. Keep your eye open for it. What number is it, Chris? It's about number 13. Oh, unlucky for some if you're playing bingo. Have a look. It's very interesting. And we've done a couple of sort of trailers, haven't we? Because we've got more stuff coming in the future. And thanks for watching.